Shalom. Shalom. Okay, see how that sounded.
You looking at it right now?
I'm about to.
Oh, okay. Shalom, Akim.
Oh, that is me. I think it's loud enough. Shalom. Yeah, it's good. All right, shalom.
Shalom, Akim.
First and foremost, I'm gonna start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakatham to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal alongside with Warga. And in this quick lesson, we're just gonna get into how the sufferings are necessary for our walk, because the sufferings that we go through, all it's meant to do is build us up more and more and more. And on top of that, if you want to if you want to basically, if you want to make it the first go around to the kingdom of heaven, the Lord, he's gonna want us to work for it. So the sufferings is part of that. Us fighting basically for the kingdom, right? Fighting to stay in our right mind, fighting to keep serving Yahweh Shem Shah. But also the suffering works as to build us up as well. So it's like two birds in one stone. But I'm gonna start off with this.
I just want to say quick something too. Because just add on. Even and it's crazy is the add on. It's like that in the world. If you want to be successful, it's going to be boring. You want to suffer. You have to sacrifice things. And that same thing now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna pull the scripture right just real quick. Right? Because Paul said that, man. Paul said that. Let me pull it. Hold on. He that strives in mastery. I know some Timothy. So nowhere.
Talking about he strives in mastery, temper, and all things.
Yeah, that's his 1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 9:25. About the shot.
All right.
I read it. It says every man, this 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 25, it says, I'm starting 24, it says, know ye not that which run in a race? Yeah. Know ye not that they which run in a race all, but one receiveth the prize, so run that you may obtain it. Exactly, because it's you gotta work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So we all run in a race. You know what I'm saying? We all trying to receive that one prize, which is salvation, right? But it says, verse 25, it says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now, when you go into the word temperate, it pretty much means to abstain from things, pretty much, And it says, now they that do it to obtain a corruptible crown, which is what? The world. That's how they got success in the world. They had to be temperate. Boxers be temperate. Sprinters be temperate. Anybody that's famous in the world, of course, you got to sell out. But anybody that's famous as far as like a sport aspect and they're good at it, they had to be temperate. Temperate. Even, if you're not in the sports, in the business, you have to be temperate. They had to abstain, suffer, It says now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we incorruptible crown. So just banging out the point how these sufferings is needed for us, man.
Okay. Go ahead and get this Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 10. It says, for it became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through sufferings. Right? And the captain of our salvation is Yahweh Shai. And it says, it was made perfect through sufferings, which is ultimately just being complete through the sufferings. Right? So that's how, and if we're following after Yahweh Shai, that's how we're going to be made perfect, aka complete. Right? Through the sufferings, the trials and tribulations that we go through, man. Right? That's why scriptures goes into how we have need. Matter of fact, I'm just get it. I do got it right here. This is Hebrew chapter 10 verse 36. It says, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of the Most High, ye might receive the promises. We have need of patience, and patience just simply goes into suffering or willing to undergo sufferings. Right, but most brothers would just say sufferings. Right, so we have need of suffering that we might receive the promises of Yahweh Bashem Shah, because all these sufferings do is just it builds us up. Right, it builds us up to prepare us for what we're about to go through. Right, building up our relationship with Yahweh Bashem Shah. Right, so of course it doesn't feel good. Of course, like no Jake really wants to go through it.
I got one for you on that one.
But we understand that we have to go through it to get to it. Right, we got to go through it to get to it. You want to get the kingdom of heaven. You want to be close to Yahweh Shah, man. You got to suffer. Right, the same as he did. All right, we ain't got to suffer to the exact T like he did, but we're partaking in them sufferings. But you got it.
Dang, where is it at?
No, you didn't find it.
I thought it was in the chapter you was in, but I might have been tripping.
Yeah.
Let me go back. It probably is in Hebrews 10. If not, I'm gonna look it up. But and like the brother saying, man, what is patience? Long suffering, man. Cause I got one though, but let me see. Where's it, John? I'm looking it up. So like I can bear with me real quick.
Yeah, because scriptures, we probably won't pull it, but it goes into, like how we're supposed to take joy that we're. Dang, I forgot how it went.
Have business, man, motherfucker, corrector.
Yeah, that one.
Well,
yeah,
that's one. That's one. But
that's
I
one
think
of
you're
them.
talking about a different one. You're talking about
Because I think it's in James.
what is it called? No, it's not in. Is it in James?
There's one I know that's in James, if I'm not mistaken.
You talking about James 1?
Yeah.
Speaking about let patience have
Yeah, here it goes.
work.
This is James chapter 1 and verse 2. It says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." All right, so it says to count it all joy. All right, count it all joy, the fact that you are even counted worthy to suffer these trials and tribulations that we're really just partaking in the sufferings of Yahweh Shah, because that's what we're doing.
Is it James 1?
Yes, 1 and 2.
They said 2.
Kind of, like 1 and 2. And then all the way to 4 it says let patience have first work. But as it says in James 1 and 2, it says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience." Man, so we're supposed to count it all joy when the fact that we're even able to partake in these sufferings, that sufferings of Yahweh Shah, because we understand that these sufferings, they're all meant to do is build you up.
Yeah.
Right, now you may not understand always why you going through this particular suffering or whatever, but you have to understand that it's all just to make you better anyway.
And like you said, just add on to your point, because what does that do? Because when you read scripture say, when the Son of Man come back, will he find faith? So when you're going through your sufferings, your temptations, and things like that, it says count it all joy, because now you have the opportunity to show the Lord your faith. Because when you suffer, you don't know exactly. We all know at the end of the day, we done something to receive the suffering. Now, and like I said, it's going like you'll be complete because it's working on the muscle of faith, which we could keep reading. I'm gonna read it real quick. It says, "Knowing this, that the trying of your faith work with patience." See, so in order to try your faith, you got to be put in temptations. You got to be put to the test.
Yep.
And that's going to come through what? The Lord putting you through sufferings. Because through those sufferings, it's going to be trying your faith. Do you really believe that I'm a rewarder those that diligently seek me? Like it says in Hebrews 11, the Lord gonna put you through the test. He gonna test you, man. Even when what is it called? Even when you read in Timothy, it says that how the Lord he that the Lord had chosen to be a soldier, you know what I'm saying? We paraphrase, you can't be entangled with the affairs of life and things like that, man. Well, actually, that's not it. Actually, it's one. It's nothing, but nevertheless, though, like you said, it works on your faith, man. You know, that's why I said I'm gonna read the next verse. Verse 4 says, "But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect, complete, and entire, wanting nothing." Exactly. The end result of it is gonna be that you're gonna have that polished faith, ready for salvation. You know.
Yeah.
But I found that Hebrews though.
That you were looking for?
Yeah. Well, I said like you called it, but I found it because you had said it. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. Because you had said it. It says that I'm gonna start at. Nah, I'm just get the point. This Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. Nah, I'm gonna start at 10. This Hebrews chapter 12, verse 10 says, "For they verily for a few days." All right, I'm gonna go up a little bit. Salakia. Salakia. But this is Hebrews chapter 12. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. Let me get the. This is Hebrews chapter 12, verse 11. It says, I'm gonna get the verse 10. So this is a 10. It says, "For verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness." And that's the point, man, because the Lord put us through all these sufferings and things like that, so we could be partakers of his holiness, you know, so we could receive salvation. It don't got to do nothing with the Lord, like, oh, he needs it, you know. We need it, you know. Now, verse 11 says, "Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby." So, like you're saying, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Exactly, it's grievous. It can seem grievous, you know what I'm saying? Getting your ass whooped and things like that, you know. But we understand that it's going to bring forth that creature that the Lord is going to delight in, you know. And that's why I say those are exercises, right? The ones that are getting chastened by the Lord for the purpose of becoming, for the purpose of being perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be the result of it. You know, you got it.
God, yeah, just further on your point, man, because the chastisement, man, is, the fact that we're even counted worthy for the Lord to be like, I want to chastise him, which is chastising goes into disciplinary correction, right? And disciplinary correction, thinking of it of just getting a butt whooping, right? Your parents whoop you to correct you for what you do wrong, right? So think of it like that. So the fact that we're even counted worthy for the Lord to do that things to us, I mean, I might as well just go ahead and read it up here because it's right here. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 6, it says, "For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourge every son whom he receiveth." So whoever the Lord loves, man, he's going to chasten. Right? He's going to put that belt on you like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And he's going to keep doing it until, you get it right. Now, of course, we're in these bodies, so we're going to always go off. All right, no matter what, we're going to go off. But, we can always, was it Proverbs 4? Yeah, Proverbs chapter 4, how the just is going to be shining more and more to the perfect day. So we're going to be getting better little by little, all right, until Yahushua delivers us. But until then, man, we're going to always go off. All right, so it's not like anything that the Lord puts on us we don't deserve. We deserve every single bit of it. And it's just all to build us up at the end of the day, man, to continue to trust in him more and more and more. Because the more you go through, and the more you call on the Lord and he gets you out of them situations, guess what? Your faith is getting built up more and more and more. As we got in that James, man. All right. How the trying of the faith worketh patience, man. All right. All them sufferings, man, is trying your faith and it's building it up more and more. But let me see what I want to get next. Let me see what I want to get at here. Oh, you already got that. I'm tripping. All right. I'm gonna get this. Yeah. All right. This is Matthew chapter 20 and verse 22. It says, "But Yahushua answered and said," well, matter of fact, let me get 21 first. Matthew chapter 20, verse 21. It says, "And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She saith unto him, Grant that these my two sons may sit in the one the one on the right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom. But Yahushua answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are you able to drink the cup that I shall drink of, which is the cup of sufferings? Right. So in other words, that lets you know you have to partake in Yahushua's sufferings if you want to be seated along with him. All right. Yeah, if you want to receive the kingdom the first go around, right? So you have to partake in them sufferings that Yahushua went through. And read says, and to be baptized with the baptism that I'm baptized with, right, by fire. It says that they say unto him, we are able. And verse 23 says, and he saith unto them, ye shall drink indeed of my cup and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with, that fire, that hell that the Lord is gonna put on you with, but to sit on my right hand and on my left is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them who for whom it is prepared of the Father. So Yahweh shall let you know, like, okay, you're definitely gonna drink of that cup, man. All right, that cup of suffering. You definitely gonna be baptized by the baptism that the Lord's gonna go to by that fire, man, and trials and tribulation. All right, you're definitely gonna go through them things, but you know, I can't put you on the left and right side of me, you know, because that part is not up to me. All right, so right there, that lets you know that if you want to be, if you want to inherit the kingdom, the first go around, you have to partake in the sufferings of Yahweh Shai. And I'm gonna get this precept that goes with that. This is 2 Timothy. My bad. Let me go ahead and share. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, at verse 12. It says, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. So if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. Why? Because Yahweh shall suffer. We're partaking in them in his sufferings. Right? For anyone that so-called say they're followers of Yahweh Shah, guess what? You partaking in the sufferings that he went through. As scripture says. The servant is not greater than his Lord, right? Or than the master. All right. So with us not being greater than Yahweh Shah, guess what? We're gonna have to prepare ourselves for persecution. All right. We're not gonna be liked by the world. You know, we have to partake in all of that. All right. Now the only thing is Yahweh Shah, he took the blunt force of it all, right? He took the blunt force, he took the major hit. As far as us, man, we're just taking only a little bit of it. All right, and hey, it's called law Yahweh Shem Shah because it could be really so much worse. We could really go through so much worse than what the Lord really is doing to us, you know. So, because I'm gonna get this right here, unless you got something.
I do got something real quick, but I'll just pull it. This is Luke chapter 22, verse 20. 8, it says, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me. And like he was reading that Matthew 20, he said, are you able to drink of the cup that I've drunk of, you know, which is continuing in the sufferings of Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai said right here, I read it again, ye are they which have continued, because he's speaking to the disciples. He said, ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, and my Father have appointed unto me. So if you continue if you endure the sufferings of Yahweh Shai, you endure them, you will be that's going to lead to you receiving the kingdom, man. Because he said he's going to appoint unto you a kingdom like the Father appointed unto me. You know what I'm saying? Showing you how you have need of suffering. Because without the suffering, Scripture say through much tribulation shall we enter the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
So you can't make it to the kingdom unless you go through the suffering. Yahweh Shai had to go through the suffering, like the priest said, no servant is greater than his master. So Yahweh Shai had to go through the sufferings. Don't you think that the ones that want to receive what he receive the kingdom, the first go around, they gonna have to suffer too?
Okay, you think you better than Yahweh Shai? He got to go through all this, but you ain't got to go through nothing. You know, you can just, oh yeah, he died for my sins, as the Christians like to say. Oh, he died for my sins, so you know, I just do whatever. Yeah, he did it all. You know, he did the major work. He did the most of it. Yeah. But we still got to give our fight too, man. We still got to fight too.
Our sacrifice.
Kind of, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. We got to give up our sacrifice too. Yeah. You know, so you saying that you thinking that you ain't got to suffer or anything is you saying that you're better than Yahweh Shai. All right, and as we already quoted, man, we're not better than the Lord, man. All right, the servant is not greater than the master. All right, so if he went through it, we damn sure gonna go through it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3 and verse 5. It says, and have being a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for Himself. So we're only being a little chastised, all right? And then being in this flesh, of course, the flesh is gonna magnify and make it seem like, oh man, it's like it's gonna make me feel like, oh man, this is the worst thing ever, when it's really not, right? Like I said, man, Yahushua, He really did the most of it, right? We're not gonna be carrying it across the whole time and being whipped and stuff, right? We ain't gonna go through that. But now, of course, yeah, we're still gonna get persecuted, but we're not gonna go through what Yahushua went through. All right, so we're really being a little chastised, but yet we're gonna be greatly rewarded. All right, but I'm gonna read this next verse. Can you look up take up he that don't pick up his cross?
Yeah, I got it.
I'm gonna get this though. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 6. It says, "As gold in the furnace hath He tried them, and received them as a burnt offering." All right, so as gold in the first furnace hath He tried them. All right, so we're being tried by fire, all right, which is that hell that the Lord puts on us, man. All right, are you going to be as gold? Because if you are as gold, only thing it's going to do, you're just going to be purified, because the point of the fire works as a cleansing agent to purify us, right? So we're going to get purified through the hell that we go through, all right, the sufferings, all right. That's why we have need of it, all right, because it's all for our betterment, to build us up, to make us perfect in the sight, complete. Let me say that, complete in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Shah. All right, I'm gonna read. It says, and in the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. So, in other words, we're gonna be joint heirs with Yahweh Bashem Shah. All right, the ones that endured these trials and tribulation. All right, all the way to the end, as it says in Matthew. As it says in Matthew chapter 24. All right, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. I'm gonna go ahead and get this another one. Matthew 16. What was it? 16:24. Say, man, I tell you, boy. All right, this is Matthew chapter 16. In verse 24, it says, "Then said Yahushua to his disciple, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." All right, now this is not talking about literally, you ain't finna, just, all right, let me go ahead and find me a cross and start carrying. Nah, man. All right, you partaking in what we got earlier, the Matthew 20, man. That cup of sufferings, all right, that Yahushua had to endure. All right, so we're taking part of that. We have to deny ourselves, man. All right, us denying ourselves is putting off that old creature and becoming the new. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. All right. Is Slovakia. Man, Satan, boy, I tell you, man, Satan working. All right, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17. It says, "Therefore, if any man be in Hamashiach, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new." All right, so if you're a follower or claim to be a follower of Yahushua, you will have to deny yourself. All right, you will have to change. All right, you can't just come as you were. You have to change, man. And that's not something easy, because you have to fight the flesh. All right, Romans, you can read that, Romans chapter 7, like down in the later verses, around 20, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But in Romans chapter 7, man, you can read about like how this flesh just has whole nother other members. It's like it has another law. That's what it was. Another law of sin. Right. And this flesh, it just wants to do what it wants to do, which is completely contrary towards Yahweh Bashem Shah. And that's something that we battle every day, because the new creature is after Yahweh Shah. In other words, man, you're not just doing whatever your flesh just desires all the time. Right. You know, now give or take, it's just gonna happen. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. All right. But you know, you just gotta keep fighting, keep doing your best to offend less. But you know, not to steer too far off the topic, you know, just stick it to, man. You have to suffer. In other words, there's no other way around it. If you don't suffer, and not just any kind of suffering, you got to suffer in the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because you know everybody's suffering, everybody going through something, but there's only a few that's actually suffering in the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and then the Lord is working on them and building them up day by day by day. All right, but let me go ahead and get what I'm at. Sirach, yeah. This is Sirach, chapter 2, and I'm gonna get verse 4. I'm starting verse 4. Matter of fact, I'm starting with verse 1. So like, yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "My son, prepare thy soul." So like, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So we have to constantly endure these trials and tribulations. You have to. All right. Now, the best thing part about this is not going to be forever, you know, because, you know, we're in the end of this thing, man. We're not going to be doing this forever and forever and ever. No, it's an end to it, you know. But I'm going to read. It says, so like it says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end." So when you're going through your trials and tribulations, man, it should really bring you closer and closer to Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, praying harder, praying more fervently, you know, to for the Lord to help you get through what you got to get through, whatever trial and tribulation that you're going through. Reading on, verse 4, it says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low state." So whatever the Lord does put on your plate, man, take it cheerfully, man. And understand that, you know, it's all love. It's all love, Yahweh Bashem Shai. No matter what it is, no matter how hard it seems, you know, it's all love from Yahweh Bashem Shai. And he's doing it to build you up in a way that you may not understand. All right. Because you're not, like I said, man, you're not going to always understand what the Lord is doing within your walk. But you could understand maybe the general part of it. It's on the purpose of it is to make me better. All right. But reading on verse 5, it says, "For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity." Man, so gold, you're gonna be, if you want to be that gold, man, you're gonna be tried by that fire. And that fire, like I said earlier, man, is a cleansing agent. So it's gonna be used to purify you, man. Right? Because when gold is at its purest form, it had to be in that fire. Right, to get what that dross out them them undesirable minerals that's in that gold, right? And we're coming into the times where we're gonna find out who was made gold and who was made as wood. Right, there's already people found out that okay, yeah, they was wood, right? Because the heat is gonna keep getting turned up more and more and more, you know. And if you're a gold man, you're gonna get more and more pure in the sight of Yahweh Bashem Shai, right? Now, don't get me wrong; it's not going to be easy. It's going to be pretty hard. But you know, through the power of Spirit Yahweh Bashem Shai, you can endure. You know, that's why we have these scriptures to help us keep going. You know, we just do what Yahweh Shai do. Hebrews chapter 12, since I already got it, it says it right here. Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 2. Yeah, I'm just get straight to the point. It says, "Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the Most High." All right, so all we got to do is focus on the end goal. All right, focus on the end goal. Focus on what you're going to get for going through all this, instead of focusing on the now, because it's so easy to get caught up in the now and not remembering or keeping in mind that, like, what were you going through this for? You're going through this for so you can be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai in the kingdom of heaven the first go around. All right, because you don't want it the second go around, because those that come back after the destruction, the ones that didn't make it, you know, aka the 2/3, all right, they're gonna be walking around in the kingdom with their head down for a time Right? They're gonna be like, dang, I was a nigga, I was doing this, I was doing that, and you gonna look at your house shot and you just gonna feel nothing but shame in the new body. So let's be honest. Who wants to look at the Lord and be like, dang, man, I wasn't right. Nobody wants that. So just, if we pray to the Lord that He takes out the Holy Spirit from us and we can get it the first go around and to continue to endure all these trials and tribulations, because this is just going to continue to get harder. All right. I don't know if you got some, bro, because I'm about done now. Well, that's all I got.
I had some real quick. Actually, I did have some. I'm just trying to find it.
Let me know when you got it. Because just, man, these sufferings. Matter of fact, I'll just get some in the meantime until you find it. Get this Romans. Just proving that all the things we're going through is working in our benefit. This is Romans chapter 8 and verse 28. It says, and we know that all things work together for good.
That's the spirit. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
that's the spirit. Yeah, I was looking for that because I just came across it. I was like, because you said Romans 8, and I thought,
yeah. Well, yeah. That's the spirit. Romans 8 chapter 8 and verse 28 says, and we know. and we know that all things work together. So like you, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh Bashem Shai, to them who are the called according to His purpose. All right, so we understand that no matter what, man, no matter what hell that you catch, no matter what you're going through, no matter how much it doesn't make sense, if you're a part of the Lord's elect, it's all working in your favor. All right, it's all working for your profit, as we got earlier in Hebrews 12. But we have need of these sufferings, because these sufferings is what's going to make us perfect. All right, drinking of our cup.
Yeah.
All right, partaking in your house shot suffering, man, going through that fire. All right, being being made pure. All right, and hoping that we'll be as pure gold, but we ain't gonna find out until we're on the chariot if we were that pure gold. But yeah,
I got one more. You
got it.
I got another one. This is John chapter 15. Just showing you how important the suffering is. This is John chapter 15, verse. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, I am the true vine, and the Father is the husbandman, which Yahushua, He's that vine. It says, every branch in me that beareth not fruit, He taketh away. So if your branch is not bringing forth fruit, He's going to take it away, right? But it says, in every branch that bear fruit, He purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now, when you go to plants, there's a process called pruning, which pruning is cutting off, things, or trimming the plant so it could grow better. So the Lord's saying that if you're serving Him and you're bringing forth fruit, He's going to what? Purge you, prune you, which comes in the form of what? Chastening, and that's going to cause you to do what? To fulfill that Hebrews 12, when it says how that no chapter seems just but grievous, but those that exercise thereby bring forth peaceable fruit of righteousness. So that shows you how important the sufferings are, because if Yahweh Bashem Shai don't prune that plant's going to grow wild. But if He prunes that plant, it's not going to grow wild, and it's going to allow the plant to stay in His garden. Because if a plant grows wild, you don't want it out there no more, Mm-hmm. Or let's say fruit, in the fruit, the scripture speak about those being fig trees. So let's say if Yahweh Shai don't prune that fruit tree, you know what I'm saying? If He doesn't prune it, and the fruit and the tree becomes barren of fruit, He's going to get rid of it. And you don't want that to be. You don't want to become barren, because without the Lord chastening on us, man, that's not going to have us bring forth that peaceable fruit. The scripture said, look at the niggas in the world. Now, they do get chastened by the Lord to a degree because of curses, but they don't recognize it as chastening, and they're just running rampant. We're kids. We're kids, man. We're in this flesh. We're kids. If you don't put a belt on a kid, the kid gonna do whatever it does, and that's how we are, man. The Lord got to put a belt on us, man, to chasten us so we could do what we need to do, And at the end of it, He gonna give us a prize, man. He's gonna reward us, But that was pretty much it, though.
Yeah, man. How you get? Oh, damn! Did it go down kind of quick? But yeah, man. Just some quick through the spirit. just knowing that these sufferings are necessary for our our walk, man. All right, so take it cheerfully, man. Of course, when you're going through it, it's not gonna be too joyous, but it is what it is. All right, just know it's working in your favor if you are one of his, and you're not gonna know that until the chariots.
That's gonna help you endure it, man.
Yeah.
Start looking at the sufferings like this is an opportunity for me to receive salvation, and not as I'm getting jacked up. It hurt, yeah, but you gotta see the end goal. Yahushua had to do it. We gotta do it too, and that's gonna help us receive salvation. That's what you signed up for, man.
Okay. But anyways, man, Lord willing, y'all was edified. I mean it all by saying, call halal. Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yeshua.
Shalom.